Hello. I'm taking advantage of a shady spot, having just looked at the thermometer on my wall, and even though it's only about 10:30, the temperature shows to be just over 80 degrees. And I've said before, these days I tend to sort of wilt a bit when it gets hot. So I'm here pre-wilting, and thank you for joining me. So what I want to talk about this morning is trees. I love trees. I've said that more than once. And I love the way that the deciduous trees drop their leaves in autumn and they become this whole other way of being during the winter, giving us a lovely silhouette. But having said that, I have noticed that one or two of my trees have, over the past couple of days, started to drop a few of their leaves. One tree in particular, and I've noticed this before, it does tend to do this. And they can do this if the weather is hot, or if the weather is dry, maybe very windy, which leads to a lot of moisture being lost by the trees, then they will drop some leaves to help the tree as a whole. It doesn't mean to say that there's a problem with the tree, it's just going into self-preservation mode. And I wonder how many of us could go into self-preservation mode by dropping some of our leaves. No, I don't mean going round shedding your clothes because it's hot. No, that's not a very good thought. I mean, some of the leaves that we carry around with us that actually weigh us down because they are negative, not helping us in any way. And this is actually a strategy that I use with people in hypnotherapy, and I use it with mums, especially mums-to-be who have had a negative first or second birth experience and don't want to go ahead with their current birth with this negative mindset. So what we do is imagine, take yourself there now, imagine that you're sitting with your back against a tree, any deciduous tree, and first of all, actually doing that physically is great. Sitting, being supported by a tree is a great place for wondering and letting your mind wander. But just look up at the leaves and imagine that one of those leaves is representing something negative in your life, maybe a negative memory of words, of deeds, of actions of others, of things that you said, things that you did that have not left your mind because maybe you just shouldn't have said or done those things, and your conscience has kept pricking you. So imagine, allocate a leaf for one of those, or do it with your eyes closed and have an imaginary tree and just see those leaves falling. And then if it's imaginary, you can just gather up the leaves in your mind and have an imaginary little bonfire, or throw them on the wood stove, whatever, but get rid of them. Some people like to actually pick leaves off trees and just put a letter representing that thought, that deed, those words. And then, as the leaves would be too green to actually burn, they put them in a composter. So, yeah, we're robbing the leaves from a tree that wasn't going to drop them, but it's only a few leaves, not many, and we are recycling them. So have a think about that. Have you got some leaves that you need to lose? And I have included a link in the blurb underneath to a blog that I wrote some time ago on a similar subject, giving you some more suggestions and telling you a little bit more about trees and my love of them. So thank you very much for listening. I appreciate you joining me as ever, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Please do tick a like, do leave a comment. It's always nice to have some interaction. Take care. Bye.